Hiya, I'm Jasper, and welcome to your video review for Hit and Run. It's a movie starring Dax Shepard, Kristen Bell, and Bradley Cooper. So, as always, I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the furry. To start off the furry, there's a very important reminder in this movie that you should feed your dog proper dog food, the good kind. Moving on to the good and the bad. So, this movie is really, really good. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. If you liked The Killers, if you liked Night and Day, if you liked Mr. Right, if you liked any of those type of movies, then you are going to thoroughly enjoy this one because it's along those same lines. I will say that I think that of all of them, Mr. Right is probably the best one, but I thoroughly enjoyed all of them, and this one is definitely a good example of that type of movie. So this movie is Dax Shepard, his character is in witness protection, and Tom Arnold, aka the Arby's hand, is his federal agent that's like watching over him, and then circumstances force Dax Shepard's character to start heading back to LA where his where the thing happened that caused him so that he is in witness protection, and it's their journey back and dealing with people along the way, and it is a fun time. The only two things that I will have to say is that one, a couple of the music choices I thought were a little odd. They were a little distracting, not overly distracting, but I was just kind of listening. I'm like, I guess, sure, it's not the worst choice in the world, but I wouldn't have gone with that, but whatever. And then the other thing was that there was a car chase at an abandoned airport, and while it was shot to give a good pacing, like action shots where, things are flying, like turning and like, drifting and all that jazz, like they had a good pace and good style that they shot it in. But, as I said, it was at an abandoned airport, and it's kind of like, would you really have done all of that chasing at like a thing that probably only has one entrance or one exit type of thing? I don't know. But it looked cool. I felt like that was a little out of place with how close they shot things versus how I think things would have gone. But I think that what I liked most about this movie is that the dialogue seemed so natural. Like, Dax Shepard is just a genuinely good guy, and Kristen Bell is a genuinely good person, and they have a relationship, and they are trying to, work out whatever things are going on with their relationship while all this stuff is going on. And just, like, every character seemed very believable in what they were doing and what they would do in these situations and what they would say. Like, I think sometimes with some of these comedy action thing ones, they get a little too ridiculous with the action or with the freaking out or just with just the general talking. It's just kind of like that kind of takes secondary seat to the fun action that's going on. In this one, I felt like they focused on the talking a bit more in a way that felt very, very natural. Aside from Tom Arnold, so the Arby's hand guy, the U.S. Marshal character, his bits were just pure funny. I don't want to say they were like from a separate movie. Like it wasn't that jarring, but definitely his part was clearly just there for the comic relief and less about how things would or wouldn't go in reality for his character. His was, I would definitely say, the comic relief of this movie, but it was still a fun time, and I enjoyed his character, and it made me appreciate so even more the dialogue and things that were happening with the other characters. So, yeah, Dax Shepard is awesome, Kristen Bell is awesome, Bradley Cooper is always a win, so having all these actors together in a movie is excellent, and so I didn't feel, aside from maybe that airport chasing, that there was any type of issue with budgetary things with this movie. And then I was looking through the IMDb afterwards, and it says this movie cost $2 million. And I'm like, how the fuck does this movie only cost $2 million? Because there was some excellent action and just where everything was set and the different places that they went to. Like, I don't know how they made it into $2 million, but congratulations to them. And that is one of the reasons I think that if you haven't seen any of the other of this type of movie before, check out this one because it's a great example of it, and they should definitely have more watch hours for this movie because of what they were able to do with only a $2 million budget. So fantastic job for them, and check out this movie. I think you will enjoy it. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you at the next one. Bye.